The Box by Jay See Welch. Chapter 7. I told the box to quit his job, but he wouldn't. Every night he'd come home smelling like moldy cheese and pickle juice. The combination was lethal and fatal too. I was killed when I didn't die, and died when I was killed. Can't kill an unoccupied mind, I guess. I'm actually smarter without a brain, because my brain gets in the way of my thinking. If I was a guy without a brain, I couldn't say I lost my mind. I didn't have a brain to begin with, so I would be pretty smart. If I was a guy without a heart, I wouldn't have my heart broken. I'd be a guy without a woman, and I wouldn't be a real man at all. What am I talking about? Where am I? Why am I so cold? Oh yeah, I'm outside freezing my tennis balls off. Why are they blue? Aren't they supposed to be green? Where is the box? Is it still at work? It was supposed to be home an hour ago, and I don't even have a watch. I can't watch the watch because I can't clock in on the clock. I'm just trying to distract myself. It's really, really cold out here. I knew I shouldn't have turned on the air conditioner in the middle of winter. I should also put on some clothes. Where are my boxers? Some guy punched me in the eye, and I was knocked out. TKO. I woke up in the box, and I was warm. I thought I was running a fever, but I wasn't running. I was sleeping, and I wasn't known to sleep run. I woke up with a running nose, not a running fever. Isn't a fever half flower, half beaver? What would that look like? I picture a beaver with flowers for eyes and leaves for legs. I couldn't catch a fever. I wasn't that fast. I realized I was wearing a coat and had a blanket over me. My head was cold though, but I had an ice pack on my eye. My left nostril was missing though, and someone gave me a tattoo of a taco on my right arm. At least it looked like a taco, but my eye was swollen shut. It might have been a mole though, but I hadn't noticed it before. I have a mole on my left arm that looks like a cocoa pebble, but it tastes like my left arm. I was so comfortable that I fell asleep, but I don't know how I fell. I think I dislocated my arm because I couldn't find it. Maybe I was laying on it, and that's why I couldn't find it. I stood up, and I realized I was shorter standing up than lying down. I didn't know what was wrong with me, but then I realized there was nothing wrong with me. The room was crooked and inside out. I was on the roof looking at the inside of the oven, and the sofa was on my bed. It was hot, and I was hard. I couldn't move. I was a statue with legs. Why must I be punished? I was spanked until I was 55 years old, and I was only halfway there. I cried as my bottom turned red, and my head turned blue. I didn't realize I was holding my breath, and my breath was heavy. My breath weighed about 200 pounds. I really needed to start brushing my teeth. My breath was pretty strong. It knocked over a water tower from a mile away. I'm sorry I killed that small town of people, but I can't control the way I breathe. I also can't eat this soggy soup, and the cold crackers either. This stinks, my hamper. I need to wash my clothes. I've been wearing these clothes since the beginning of the story, and at the beginning of the story I wasn't wearing any. I think the kids left, and my parents are in bed. Good, I need to eat something. Where's the cake mix I bought? Oh yeah, it became a monster and ate me. How am I able to remember dying in that monster's stomach and still be alive? Maybe it hasn't happened yet, or maybe it's deja vu, but it's happening now. My head hurts. I'm gonna go lay down. I passed out, and hopefully I'll be coming out of the coma soon. In the meantime, I'll just be writing in this story. I hope you're enjoying reading this, because I'm having fun writing this. I hope to be a famous writer someday, but by the looks of my work, it won't be happening. Hey, I could get lucky, but not with a woman. I already owe the escort service thousands of dollars, because those women work their fingers to the bone. That was a bad pun, but it's true. Or maybe not. You be the judge if I'm telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You may execute me now. Zap! Is the baked potato on my lap done yet? Give it more juice. Okay, I'm done. I think the potato looks done. It tastes done, too. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. I fried to death, and I died to death. I hate the heat, but they both have the same letters. I should be an English teacher, or a plumber. I'd be good at both. I can flush the pee down the toilet. My poop takes a few flushes, but at least I can spell it. I can spell it, and the, and it again. New paragraph. That last paragraph was long enough, and I should be writing about the story, but I'm not. I haven't mentioned the box in a while, because I couldn't find it. It grew legs and wandered off, I swear. There's no other explanation for me losing it. Hold on, I'm sitting on something hard. There it is. The box was in my back pocket the whole time. The little bugger must have jumped in my back pocket. Now I'm gonna go in it. Sorry, box, I didn't mean to go in it. Good thing I have some paper towels here. I broke a whisker cleaning that up. I need my mommy, so I called her from the payphone outside. She hung up on me. That was a waste of a good nickel. I wept in a corner for a while, and then crawled back into the box. I do that a lot in this story. It saves time. Just copy and paste. I wept some more in the box, and then I wept some more in the box. I was so happy, but I was so sad on the inside. I was angry on the other side, and confused on the back side. The box was sick and threw me up. I was covered in box juice and clothes. I wasn't naked, which is good, but I was covered in box juice, which isn't good. Box juice is basically a combination of cardboard, garbage, and urine. Nasty, I said after not having an actual dialogue for a while in this story. I then realized I could make a silent movie based on this story, but who would actually make a movie out of this story? They've made worse movies on the other hand, but I don't think they've made movies this bad, do they? There's no storyline in this movie. How would they do it? I can't even do it. I don't do it anyway, or anywhere, or with anyone. Anyhow, I was covered in box juice, and I didn't smell like the box juicy juice that you buy at the store. I used to drink juicy juice at my grandma's house all the time, but that's not the point. The point is that I smelled like compost, and I needed a shower. I took a bath because I couldn't afford a shower. Baths take too much time, and I didn't want to be bathing in box juice, but I had no choice. After the bath, I felt better, but I didn't smell any better. Box juice is stronger than skunk, I swear. I shouldn't swear, because kids might be reading this. I don't know why kids would be reading this anyway. Most kids play video games and sports. What real kid reads? Probably a kid that was as bored as I was, and couldn't afford sports. I didn't have any friends as a kid either. I was the weird kid. And we all know that nobody likes a weird kid. We weird kids got picked on and beat up. It wasn't any fun. In fact, I didn't know what fun was until I got out of high school, when they taught it after class. Those were good times. After the bath, I crawled back into the box. I got covered in box juice again, but it beat being in the rain. Actually, it didn't, but I was tired and I didn't want to sleep in the rain. It's like sleeping in a cold shower. It's impossible. People use water to wake people up, not to put them to sleep. I fell asleep instantly. The aroma of box juice was so strong that I passed out. I couldn't wake up, and I was having a bad dream. Not a nightmare, because there wasn't a night horse in my dream. I dreamt about the box leaving me, and I was all alone. I wasn't by myself, because the raccoons were chewing off my arm. Then I was flying, and I felt a cold draft on my thigh. I looked down, and my fly was open. Flying with my fly down, how ridiculous. My fly was open, so I threw it a pass. Touchdown, but not down there. Too low. That was a bad touch, not a good touch. I woke up in the box like I've been doing, and it felt good to be in there. The dream scared me, and it frightened me too. I hate dreaming about umbrellas, but they are nice to have in real life. I hate the rain. I'm allergic to water. I drown if I stay underwater for too long, and that can't be good for your health. I can't even drink water. It tastes too much like saliva. I wouldn't mind sucking the saliva out of a girl's mouth, though. They say that water is the source of life. I say kissing is a source of life, because kissing leads to making life. Kissing makes life worth living, and I know I feel better after a kiss. I haven't kissed anybody in a while, and I'm pretty depressed about it too. I tried kissing the box, but it's not the same. It tastes like cardboard and like the pizza you get from the store. I got up and walked around. The box was soggy and needed to dry. I put it in the sun and it got a wonderful tan. I left for a while. I went to the store. I needed tic-tacs to play tic-tac-toe with my toe. I couldn't afford them, so I acted like I had money, and the clerk believed me. I walked out of the store and walked over to the payphone. I called my phone and answered it. I hung up because I didn't know what to say to myself. I called, but I wondered what I wanted. Maybe I wanted a taco, or to borrow some bath beads.
I went out for tacos. It was a shame I couldn't come along.
The tacos were good, and I would have liked them. After tacos, I went back to the box. The box was warm inside, like summer in July. She's some girl I knew, but I didn't know her. Autumn I knew very, very well, but I didn't fall for her like I did Summer. Summer tricked me, because I thought she was a season, but Summer is a real name. I asked her out, but she shot me down. I called her up, but she wasn't in. Her mother sounded pretty hot. Her name was June, and we all know it gets pretty hot in June. It was pretty hot in the box, but it was still the middle of winter. I was growing cactuses inside the box. The tumbleweed was everywhere. Best of all, no people. The dead pop stars were dead, and so were the pink bunnies. The light went out with me, and the date was good. My fish died because they couldn't swim. I really need to find an author who can write this story for me. This stinks, but doesn't smell. This story doesn't have a nose. If it does, I haven't seen it. Maybe it's near the end, but wouldn't it be at the head of the story? If people had a nose at our end, we'd probably be able to smell our farts sooner. Back to the box. Both my brains and the box are made of cardboard. I think the box is more stable, though. I think my brain would fall apart with contact with water. The rain would seep in, and I would get flooded. The box could hold up water. My brain couldn't hold up a feather. My brain is made up of cheap cardboard. It was free. No wonder I'm so stupid. I can't even pay for my brain. I get what I pay for, and I didn't get much. What was I saying again? Right, the box. I was in the box again. The box world was empty. It really did need some furniture. I made some chairs out of some bushes and some tables out of some dirt. I made a trash can out of a trash can and a fork out of the leftovers. I had to eat with something, you know. I had to chase down a gopher because it stole my nut. I lost. He bit me and ran down a hole. I went to bed bleeding and starving that night. The next morning I had to eat grass and leaves. I wasn't a rabbit, but my ears started to grow. I started developing craving for carrots, and I didn't eat vegetables. I like red meat, and if they had blue meat, I'd eat that too. I'd even eat green meat at this point, but the Burger King was too far away, and the McDonald's garbage is packed with the homeless. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any carrots. The only vegetable I could find was me, so I continued to puke up leaves and grass to stay alive. I was at least keeping down the sewer water and the dirt. I got worms, and I made new friends. My new friends didn't live far, and I could see them every day. We formed a band, and I played the drums. We'd jam in the box, and we named the band Jam in the Box. We went on the road and played in the streets. Rock and roll, it was good, and I had fun. We had to break up, though, creative differences. I was alone in the box again, and so I went solo. It was so quiet in the box, and so I formed a band by myself. There were no instruments and no singers. I made a 63-minute album of just air. I sold the album in Utah, and I was able to eat again. I took my large fries from Burger King, and I ate them right away. My niece was so nice to get me half off, I wasn't hungry that night. The next day my stomach woke me up growling again, but it was time to wake up anyway. I was hungry, but I still had the fry that dropped in the mud. I ate the muddy fry and headed out. Another chapter down. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.